Okay, lick number 21. This one's based around a Dorian scale again, so we're back to our A Dorian sound. But this time we're dealing with some triplets as opposed to the 16th notes. Let's have a listen to it up to full speed. Okay, let's listen to that now with the metronome at 70 BPM. Okay, so again, triplet bass lick. Starts up at the 10th fret on the A string, and we're going to pick that note with the downstroke and then hammer onto the 12th fret with the second finger. Then we've got the 12th fret on the D string. Now we're going to transition to the G string, first finger on the 9th fret, do a hammer-on lick going 9 to 11 to 12 to 13, using all 4 fingers. Okay, then move the second finger to the 12th fret on the B string, a little bit tricky this, and then come down the 14th fret and the 12th fret on the G string, and you've got a couple of choices here. You can either use the third finger for the 14th fret or the little finger, but certainly the first finger wants to be the note that you pull off too. So, okay, then come down to the 14th fret on the D string, second finger, and then we want the, third finger. Then we want the little finger on the 15th fret of the A string, pull off to 12, hammer 13, hammer 14, hammer 15, so chromatic. Now do another chromatic run on the D string, 12, 13, 14, 15. First finger over to G12, and then come with the little finger onto the D string at the 16th fret, pick that, slide up to 17, and then grab the first finger on the 14th fret of the G, and the second finger on the 15th fret of the B, and we're going to let those ring into each other to create this chord. With the A in the bass. Okay, gives us a minor 11 kind of sound. Okay, so all together, nice and slow. Let's move on to the next lick. Okay, lick number 22. This is a D Dorian lick, so we're just changing the key slightly from A to D. And this one transitions between 16th notes and triplets. These are 8th note triplets in this case. And it sounds like this up to full speed. Okay, here's the same thing with a metronome at 70 BPM. Okay, so we're going to start this lick up at the 7th fret of the high E with the first finger. We're going to do a little chromatic legato run that goes 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7 on the E. And that's triplets right up until the last note, that's 7 on the high E. The last 7 is the first of our 16th notes. Okay, we're then going to move to the B string and do sort of a chromatic run, again based off of filling in one of the gaps in our Dorian scale, D Dorian. We're We're going to start on the 10th fret with the little finger, pull off to 9, pull off to 8, pull off to 6 with the first finger. Okay, so then we're going to do a little arpeggio. This is coming down through the 7th fret on the G string with the second finger, and then the 9th fret on the D string with the little finger, pull off to the 5th fret on the first finger. So, okay, then we do a little Greg Howe-esque little string skipping run. Starts on the 7th fret of the A string, pick that, hammer onto 8 with the third finger, sorry. First finger over to the G string, use your middle finger on the right hand to pick that. Back to the 8th fret on the A string, sorry, third finger. Second finger down to G7, pull off to the first finger on the 5th fret. Okay, then we're going to use the 2nd, 3rd and 4th fingers on the D string to play 7, 8 and 9, pick hammer hammer. Then second finger across to G7, do a downstroke. And then we've got 6, 8, 9, 10 on the B. And then finishing on the 7th fret, which is the 13th of the chord, on the E string. Again, one more time, nice and slow. Okay, on to the next lick. Okay, lick number 23 is based around A Dorian again, so we're shifting tonality again. This one's another triplet line with a little bit of string skipping and some wide stretch pentatonic material in there as well. Sounds like this up to full speed with the track. Okay, here's the same thing again with the 70 BPM metronome. Okay, so for this line we're going to start at the 7th fret of the high E and we're going to use a G major triad. So we're going to play 7, hammer on to 10, pull off back to 7. Then come down with the second finger to the 8th fret on the B string, and then the first finger to the 7th fret on the G. Okay, then reach over with the little finger, to the 12th fret on the B string, grab that, pick it, and then pull off back to 8 with the first finger on the same string. Okay, now we're going to grab the 12th fret, skip over the G string, and land on the D string, and play 12, pull off to 10, then 9, hammer back onto 10. Okay, so all based around this G kind of tonality. Okay, then come back with the first finger to the 7th fret on the G string, do a G major arpeggio again, going 7 on the G, 9 on the D, and then 10 on the A, it's first, second and third fingers. Okay, come back and pull off to the 7th fret, hammer onto the 10th, hammer onto the 12th, third, first, third, fourth fingers. Okay, then bar across the 9th fret on the D and the G and play D9, then G9. Now hammer onto 12 on the G, followed by 14 on the G, third and fourth fingers. Second finger on B10, and then first finger, pick E10, hammer onto E15 with the little finger, pull off to 12 with the second finger. Okay, all triplets, again, slowly, sounds like this. Okay, let's have a look at the next lick. Lick number 4 is a sequenced pentatonic lick based around some really cool sus chord shapes that I like to use a lot, using the same idea but sequenced this way down through the strings. Okay, up to speed, sounds like this. Okay, here's the same thing at 70 BPM with the metronome. Okay, we're going to start up at the 10th fret of the high E string, do a stretch pentatonic pull-off lick that goes 10 to 8 to 5, little finger, third finger, first finger. Okay, then we're going to use the third or little finger, doesn't really matter, to play the 8th fret on the B string. And then the second finger on the 7th fret of the G, pull off to 5 with the first finger. Okay, we then take that shape down onto the next string set, B, G and D. We get pull off from 10 to 8 to 5 on the B. And then G7 with the third finger. And then D7 pull off to 5 with the second and first finger. Okay, then the same thing again diatonically through this minor pentatonic. 9 to 7 to 5 on the G string. And then 7 on the D with the third finger. 7 on the A with the second finger, pull off to 5. Okay, then we change up slightly. We've got to bar across the 5th frets on the D and the A and play D5 followed by A5. And then pull off from 8 to 5 on the E string, the low E. So we've got this. Now we tag this with a blues lick that goes 6 on the A, slide up to 7, blue note. First finger on D5, third finger on A7, slide down to 5, pull off to 3, and then finish on E5, the note A. So the whole thing. Okay, let's move on to the next lick. All right, lick number 25, again, kind of rock fusion based. This one is a minor pentatonic lick with some really cool slides in it. It allows to transition from all the way down at the 3rd fret right the way up the guitar in a very quick kind of fluid sounding lick. Sounds like this, up to speed with the track. Okay, here's the same thing now with the metronome at 70 BPM. Okay, this is one of my favourite licks that I play in terms of fusion context over a Dorian chord. Starts out at the 3rd fret of the low E. We're going to pick that, hammer onto the 5th fret with the 3rd finger and slide up to the 8th fret. Okay, then reach back with the 1st finger to the 5th fret on the A string, and then grab the 8th fret again on the low E. Okay, then take the 2nd finger and play 6, slide up to 7 on the A. Then 1st finger on the 5th fret of the D. Then grab the 7th fret again on the A, and then grab the 7th fret on the D string with the 3rd finger and slide up to 10. Okay, 1st finger on G7, and then grab the 10th fret on the A string. 2nd finger on the 8th fret of the G, and then slide up to 9. Okay, then B8 with the 1st finger. All of these upper notes I'm using my middle finger for, by the way, on the right hand. And then G9 with a downstroke on the 2nd finger. Go third finger on the 10th fret of the B string, slide up to 13. Then grab E10 with the first finger, high E10. Then third finger on G12. Now take the 11th fret, which is the blue note, on the 11th fret, the high E, slide up to 12. Pull off back to 10 on the first finger, and then hammer onto, or slide in my case, you can do either, up to the 15th fret. If you're going to hammer on, use your little finger. If you're going to slide, use your third finger. Okay, just one more time up to speed. Sorry, slowly, not up to speed. Okay, let's move on to the next lick. Okay, lick number 26. This is another Dorian lick, this time based around A Dorian again. This one switches between 16th notes and 16th note triplets. So we've got this cascading scalar arpeggio figure at the end, which is definitely adds an element of kind of tension to this particular lick. So sounds like this, up to speed with the track. Okay, here's the same thing at 70 BPM with a metronome. Okay, so this definite speed-based lick starts up at the 12th fret of the high E. We're going to pick that note, pull off to 7 on the same string with the first finger. Okay, then we're going to use a familiar figure that we've used quite a few times in previous licks. Third finger on the 10th fret of the B string. Second finger on the 9th fret of the G. Pick, pull off to 7, hammer back onto 9. Okay, then we're going to start our 16th note triplets. 10th fret on the B. 7th fret on the high E, hammer on to 10, pull off to 9, pull off to 8, pull off to 7. So come down, second finger on the 8th fret of the B, little finger, not the third, on the 9th fret of the G, pull off to the 7th, then to the 5th, slide to the 4th. Okay, if you use your third finger there, the stretch is too big. Okay, so we get... Then we're going to do 5th fret on the D string with the second finger, and then 7, 5, 3, pick, pull off on the A, finishing on the 9th of the chord on the 2nd fret of the A string. Okay, again, it's nice and slow. Let's have a look at the next lick.